Topping off on coffee here, and this is going to walk you through the Chapter 8 investigation guide. This is only for part 2 of our assignment. As we're going through, you're going to be using this walkthrough to go through this graphic organizer. Starting us off, our purpose for this activity is to check out some art and compare it to the lived experience of the second Minnesotan Regiment. We looked earlier and we saw the experience held by the first Minnesotan. This is the second, so the second 1,000 people to go off and volunteer from Minnesota. And we're going to do that by checking out the work of Douglas Volk. Now, Douglas Volk is later going to gain fame as being one of the founders of MCAT, Minneapolis School of Fine Arts. This is a really prestigious comic book school right now up in the Twin Cities. If you're interested in pursuing a career in graphic design or any sort of art making, this would be a good university, college to be checking out. Douglas Volk is hired in 1905, so right away we can see there's going to be a discrepancy here. In 1905, that is not 1860 when we're really looking. He is hired in 1905 to make the most accurate mural for the depictions of the second Minnesotan Volunteers. He's hired to portray this. This is the site of Lookout Mountain. I'm going to blast this big right now so we can see it a little bit better. This picture is taken from the top of Lookout Mountain, checking out the city of Chattanooga. Now over here where my mouse is, there's a ridge. This is called Missionary Ridge. This is a tall mountain, and it overlooks the entire city of Chattanooga, Tennessee, which protects the city. It means that you can't bring a naval army, like ships can't come in, the army can't come by ships, because the cannons on the top will be able to blow up all of those ships super easy. And you can't march in from land because everyone up here is going to be able to see you and plan accordingly. At the time of our battle, where we're looking today, the Confederate forces are dug in on the top of this mountain. It's very protected, it's incredibly steep. We can see just how tall it is. And the only way to gain access to this city, which is a big city, it's a supply hub city, there's a couple of railroads, roads, and waterways that leave it. The only way to get control of it is to ensure that you have the highway around it. So Volk is going to face some challenges. He's hired again, 1905, to paint something that took place in the 1860s. What are some of the challenges he's going to face? Well, it was over 40 years ago, and people aren't going to be able to remember some things. Events are going to be exaggerated. If you ask me how fast I ran when I was in sixth grade, I'm going to tell you that I ran a mile in 4.5 minutes. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating how fast I was able to run. You know me, I hate running. And then there's no primary images. There's no full-on pictures from the battle. We've got pictures of the landscape, we've got pictures before the battle and pictures after, but not pictures during the battle. So Volk is charged with creating the most accurate as possible painting, and he's got some challenges. This is what he creates. Take a moment to take a peek at everything that you see from his very time-consuming painting. I can just imagine how long this would take. Looking at some faces, looking at some poses, looking at gestures and objects. Chattanooga is here. Lookout Mountain is there. Missionary Ridge is here. There are a few different transportation methods that are used to get in and out of Chattanooga, and we can count them. We have a rail line, 2 rail lines, 3 rail lines, 1 road, 2 roads, 3 roads, 4, 5 with a bridge, 6 with another bridge, and then 7 with the river. So there are 7 ways to get in and out of Chattanooga. That shows how important Chattanooga is. It's a huge supply city, as we talked about before. Lots of resources, people, goods, and materials moving in and out of Chattanooga. Now, I do recommend that we use the online book for this activity. I recommend the online book because I just find it a little bit more interesting. There's some more interactive features that we're able to do. But you're welcome to use the online book or the physical book. It's up to you, whatever works. In a moment from now, you are probably just going to do this by yourself because you're watching this video. But you are going to decide whether you are working on this individually with the questions first, then your discussions, or if you're going to do like a question, discussion, question, discussion, question, discussion. It's up to you. Let's go to our book. Where's our book? I don't have a book. All right, I can create a book. Where's my doc? Let's see. On my organizer, there's a link to your book. Here we go. There's my link to the book. So I'm going to go ahead and use this link. It's going to press what to do. I'm going to press the SSO, sign in with Google Classroom, authorize myself, and I'm going to Chapter 8. Scroll over to Chapter 8. The investigations are in the back, so I'm going to look all the way towards the green writing. Nope. And look at the images. I don't want to leave. I just want to go to my next. There we go. Missionary Ridge. Question number 1. As I look at Douglas's painting, work with a partner or by myself to look at the analysis questions. Check either a yes or a no. You'll notice that the one that you pick actually gets crossed out. Then discuss what follows. Put my evidence in my discuss box. Write incomplete sentences. I might have similar responses. Question number 1. What type of weapons can I find in the painting? So it's easy. I just look at the painting and try to identify what type of weapons I can see. Discussion part for question 1. How does Volk show action in the noise? So I'm looking at the art itself. How is our artist showing action and noise? What type of techniques and tricks are they doing? Then I'm going to say, was Volk historically accurate? Remember, that's his number 1 job. The only way I'm going to know whether he's historically accurate is by reading the description of what is happening. And so, when I'm looking through, you have to have read this description in order to know whether it will be accurate. You cannot answer that question without knowing what took place at the battle. So I'm going to read the description, say yes or no. Did Volk bring the drama of the war to life? Is it an exciting art? Like, using his depiction of weaponry doesn't make it more exciting. Yes or no? Question 2, landscape. Does the landscape in Volk's painting look like the one in the 1863 photo? Here's the photo. It says tap. I like this part because I can tap and compare on one screen. Does it look the same? Yes or no? I'm going to put down my answer in a complete sentence. Yes or no? Does Volk show the seepness, and how does he do that? And does the drama get excited? Like, is it a great use of landscape? Your flag question says, how do the flags in the painting compare with the actual flags? So you have to look at the flags in the painting and then look at the actual flags. Where's my actual flag badge? Again, you're not able to know unless you actually look at things. So I'm going to look at these 2 flags and I can click to blow them up. Does this match what he drew on the painting? Does that flag look like the actual flag they held? Does it get historically accurate? And is it exciting? Does he show Captain Donauer and Colonel Bishop? So now I'm going to look through. Here's Colonel Bishop. And I'm going to see, is he inside of the painting? And then here's Donauer. Is he inside of the painting? So is Bishop and Donauer somewhere in that painting? You'll probably have to click the painting, blow it up, and look at faces. Do they match that portrait? Yes or no? And are they doing something exciting? Yes or no? Use the map scale and the triplications on our map to look how long the battlefield was. So I'm going to look over on my map. I'm going to use my scale, find an object that would be 2 miles long, And I'm going to hold up that object, maybe it's my thumb, and figure out how many widths of my thumb that entire ridge would be. You've got two follow-up questions, looking at conclusions. Finally, again, remembering that his only job was to create a historically accurate picture. Did he do it? Yes or no? Now defend my answer. Cite a specific instance where I am able to demonstrate yes he did or no he didn't. Defend your answer like I defined my ice cream. And then does your like excuse me, not does your does Douglas make a painting that's exciting and showing drama? Use 3 to 4 complete sentences to defend my answer. So I'm going to look up here. Does it show drama? Yes. Did I say a bunch of yeses? Did I say a bunch of no's? If I said a bunch of yeses, why did I say yeses? If I said a bunch of no's, why did I say no? That's how to do the walkthrough of our investigation 8, both the graphic organizer and understanding this presentation. Let's go ahead and